We need a choice.
Hear, hear. Again, this bill is extremely vague, is extremely cloudy and unclear. To give you a couple of definitions, therapeutic product, what is that? Juiced carrots, blueberries, bottled water, vitamin C, N-acetylcysteine. There's a million others. How can you put these all together? Okay, there needs to be some distinction. Also, person is used throughout this act, throughout the amendments. Distinction needs to be made as to whether a person includes individuals or humans, or if it is solely corporations. Corporations by law can and must be regulated. People cannot. Sell versus give. This amendment now takes into account that you may not even give anything. So, regardless of selling, you may not give anything. A mother may not give a herb to her child. You may not give a herb to your next door neighbor and make any therapeutic claims under this new legislation. This has to be stamped out now.
Section 23 of the bill. This is where I have the greatest pain when I look at the bill, because the enforcement allows inspectors to confiscate any natural or any of the new natural health products.
Shame!
And know that beyond just confiscating them, they actually charge the company who makes them for the actual to have the products shelved. And they can destroy that product even if they have not proved that that product causes harm. That is the greatest pain with this bill. We must define this bill. We must amend this bill to ensure that these issues are taken care of. What can we do? What can we do? I know we've roused you up and lots of people are upset, but what can we do to empower ourselves? Well, we must ensure that the creation of the third category for supplements is looked at closely. We need to make sure that supplements are considered their own category, right? How many people feel the need to have protection for supplements in their own category? So ask for that, make sure that we get that, and also consider that you must act fast. So we have 3 weeks, 4 weeks as we head into consultation with this. We have created a postcard that's very easy to fill out. You must fill out the entire thing. You must fill out your address on the back, or this postcard means nothing. So we encourage you to only give these to people who are willing to sign them, and you can pop them in the mailbox to ensure that they get off to Tony Clement. We have 5,000 of these. We need to get them to him stack. And then what has way more weight is if you're willing to sit down and write a handwritten letter. That means 65 Canadians feel the way you feel. So if you're sitting down and actually writing with pencil or pen and making sure that it's not an electronic email, that has way more weight. Please send it to your MP, and that will ensure that he has to listen to you, and if you put a question in the letter, that means he must respond back to you. I know that I had a wonderful talk with Jack Layton-Zaid, and a lot of MPs are open to hearing you. So please feel empowered that there is time, because a lot of people feel like this is a done deal, and it's not. We will not take this line down. We can do something, and we will do something. We will. We will. I want to take a minute and thank Julia and thank Brett for organizing this rally. Thank them for putting this on. Thank you. And we are going to pass the bucket to anyone who wants to help pay for this darn rally. We would love to have a little help with that, so we'll be passing a bucket around. Thank you.
Where's Elizabeth May?
We did email her. Most people are in favor. Exactly. These are things that you need to voice with your MPs. These are things that you need to bring up. In closing today, before we get marching, This bill has the power to potentially radically limit our access to natural health products. In addition to this, we feel that the Canadian public would in fact be at a greater risk for the reasons previously outlined. With clinical trials having to be conducted on every product for up to 5 years, this would effectively leave manufacture open only to those with adequate funding, i.e. pharmaceutical companies. With only a handful of companies manufacturing these products, we could expect costs to roar and potencies to plummet. Given the track record of pharmaceutical drugs as outlined previously, can we really trust these companies to ensure our good health? No! Whether they are making drugs or natural products or both. No! The ground and the water are poisoned. Chemicals and pesticides are saturated throughout the food chain. Genetically modified foods are unlabeled and ever present despite public demand for their labeling. And chronic disease is at an unprecedented high. Add to this limited access to natural health products to be able to heal ourselves from these disasters. At what point do we take action? At what point do we make a stand and say no more? More importantly, at what point do you make a stand as individuals? How much will it take for you to reach the threshold at which you will act? What is your threshold? If you cannot answer that, why not? These are not rhetorical questions. These are real questions, and these are some of the most important questions that we face right now in this time. Take action. All right, to give you a heads up on the march, we're going to be taking off in that direction, crossing the road and marching down to Queen Street. Just follow us. We ask that you please stay out of the road. Okay, do not go on the street, and we're going to stop at red lights. Okay, there are marshals with red armbands on. Okay, just sort of pay attention to what they have to say. Okay, thank you.